working on a project that has required me to do a lot of reading. I was reminded of my college days when I used to struggle to get all my reading done. I remember I used to fall asleep before finishing my reading, and it was so frustrating because then I would wake up to the painful reality that my work still wasn't done. Over time, I learned to tweak my reading habits so that I could stay awake and actually finish whatever I was reading. I thought these reading tips might be helpful for some of you, particularly those of you with ADHD. So without further ado, these are my top 5 tips for not falling asleep while reading. Tip number 1, read out loud. Reading is a relatively passive process. You're receiving information, but you can turn it into a more active process by reading whatever you have to read out loud. By engaging your voice, you'll help stimulate your brain enough to stay awake. Tip number 2, audiobooks. Try downloading whatever you have to read in audiobook form and then do something else while you're listening to it. I personally like to work out or stretch while I'm listening to an audiobook, but you can do whatever floats your boat. Just remember that engaging your muscles will help your ADHD brain be less ADHD-ish. Tip number 3, read while you take a bath. This may sound counterintuitive if you're trying not to fall asleep, but hear me out. I'm not talking about a calm, relaxing, warm bath. I'm talking about a searing hot bath. As hot as you can stand it. This will stimulate your brain enough to keep you awake while you read. Just try not to drop your book in the bathtub. Tip number 4, take breaks. If you feel yourself falling asleep while reading, stop. Take a break. Preferably an active break of some kind. Go take a walk or go dance to your favorite song and then come back to your reading once you've recharged. Tip number 5, become an active reader. Underline, highlight, write little notes in the margins, throw in some of those little sticky page flags next to the parts you really want to remember. When you're more engaged in the material you're reading, you'll be less likely to tune out. And hopefully less likely to fall asleep. And that's all I got, folks. I hope you found these tips helpful. What's your favorite trick for not falling asleep while reading? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Hey, so I really appreciate you taking the time to be here today. Super awesome.